Hi there, welcome back to Ask Allison. Here's today's question. I've seen some therapists make Facebook groups for their niche. Part of me is feeling alarm bells like it's encouraging their clients to self-disclose. Is this a new thing? So first, I'd like to thank TherapyNotes for sponsoring us today. So I'm not an ethics expert, which I'm going to say first. I know some therapists do this, but I'm not sure how it works for them. As the owner and leader of a couple Facebook groups, including the Abundance Practice Builders Facebook group, which has about 19,000 therapists in it, can say that running a healthy Facebook group takes a ton of work, and that when things go sideways in a group, it can literally take 20 to 40 hours a week to write it. And one might assume that a group full of therapists would be lower drama than a group full of potential clients, but I'm not sure that's the truth. I know one group owner who is fairly hands-off, puppies here, fairly hands-off in the large group she created. But that gives me pause because as the creators and leaders, ultimately we're responsible for the culture of the group. Am I responsible for the rant of a dysregulated bigot? No, I'm not, but I am responsible for kicking them out and doing what I can to make the group feel safe again. And that takes a lot of work virtually with people you don't really know. Having a group focused on, I'll use eating disorders as an example, since that's my niche, scares me because while they're whole and complete people who happen to be struggling, they're a population that is vulnerable in so many ways and more likely to complete suicide than other diagnoses. I don't know what the legal liability would be, and there may be some, but the emotional liability of having someone triggered or manipulated by a fellow group member or possibly bullied and thus becoming more sick would keep me up at night. So for anybody considering this, please know that running a Facebook group, whether it's getting people engaged or keeping it on the rails, is way more work than you might anticipate, and that you absolutely need to speak to an attorney to understand if you can legally, as a therapist, run a group for potential clients. And I would have like a healthcare attorney who's aware of our codes of ethics to talk to, not just like a random, like my friend is an attorney kind of situation. And so I'd find out like if you can, and if you can, what's the legal liability? And please know that if an online business guru has told you that Facebook groups are necessary to build a business, know that A, that's not true at all. And B, that's especially not true for private practices. If you need help getting clients, we totally have you covered with that in the marketing best practices piece of the Abundance Party. So that's what I have to say about that. If you guys have questions for Ask Allison, please DM me over on Instagram where I'm abundance_practice_building.